Let's all start clapping for Miss Madeleine Hamilton, everybody.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Good.
Fabulous.
Great. Well, as an aspiring stand-up comedian, I'm trying something new. There will be no punchlines tonight. My life isn't tragic, sorry. I've won photography contests, I've run marathons. I was valedictorian. There was actually a summer where I couldn't eat because of an absurd fear of choking to death, and I did lose 10 pounds in 10 days. But it passed. I'm fine. But in a lot of ways, I'm a very stereotypical comedian. I'm anxious all the time. I'm sad a lot, and I feel so lonely. So at least I have that going for me. And another thing, I'm a big fan of emotional cutting. It's a term I coined for when I reach out to people who hurt me just so they can hurt me again. Or like how I go on Snapchat only to feel left out. My pain is self-imposed. And I'm not telling y'all this for pity. I don't want anyone to feel bad for me. I'm just trying to give y'all a peek behind the curtain to show what hides behind the punchline. Maybe I try to find ways to hurt myself because it gives me a sense of self-importance. This would make sense because a lot of my life I've felt overlooked. Heads don't turn when I enter a room. Boys don't try to talk to me. They don't give me compliments. You might think that generally doesn't happen anyway, but when I'm out with my sister, she gets constant attention, and most of the time she's wearing my clothes. In high school, on the rare occasion I got invited to a party, I always got this overwhelming feeling that if I left, no one would notice. So I left. But somehow coupled with this feeling of being forgotten is a strong sense of pride. It's like I have this strange dichotomy between feeling like a shadow and being an entitled asshole. To the core of my being, I began to hate feeling like just another face in the crowd. I'm special, damn it, and I need everyone to recognize that. I don't know where that asshole conviction came from. That I'm special, different, had things to say. Maybe my parents were too good at their job. But, you know, I do come from a funny family, but my sisters were always the center of the show. This tone of voice and general demeanor were no match for their manic energy and shouting voices. If my family had to guess who would become the comedian, I would have been the only one to vote for myself. Because I do love comedy. Most of all, I love Saturday Night Live. I watched it every Saturday in high school, which is pretty easy to make time for when you don't have friends. But there was a time that whenever I watched it, I cried because I wanted so badly to be up there with them. And that's our show. The Black Keys performed. Alec Baldwin was here. Thanks so much to everyone at home for watching. I'm Madeleine Hamilton. Thank you and have a great night. The hugs were always my favorite part. They were all friends doing what they loved to do in making people laugh. I wanted so badly to be up there with them. But how? Comedy was intangible to me in Houston, Texas. I didn't even know what stand-up was. For years, I continually worried, am I funny? Am I creative? How am I supposed to find out? What if I'm not? If I'm not funny, am I just sad? So, since 9th grade, there was a secret part of me that wanted to be on SNL. I didn't do anything about it, and I didn't tell anyone. Senior year rolled around, and I grew really depressed. I fulfilled my 4-year-long goal of becoming valedictorian, but at the end of it, I realized I hadn't laughed in months. And when it was all said and done, that's what stuck with me. But the end of senior year, AP Calculus has a bowling party. The nerdier VC Cal versus the cooler, slightly dumber AP Cal. The bowling party needed an MC, and something possessed me to volunteer. I say possessed because even with my aspirations for SNL, I was way too anxious to even speak in class. But somehow I found myself mic in hand at the bowling alley. Okay, folks, in this corner we have BC Calculus. Or wait, no, just kidding, that's AB Calculus, because he's big, he's strong, he can lift a smart card with one hand. And in this corner we have BC Calculus. So small, so weak, I heard he fits in the trunk of a smart car. Let the bowling begin. I then followed that up with some really award-winning observational humor. Whoa, have you tried these chicken fingers? They're hotter than Ross and Rachel's will they, won't they relationship. Am I right? What are those, bumpers? What are you, a little baby? Can't lift a ball with your little baby hands? Goo goo gaga. Hey, can someone get this lane some diapers and take down their bumpers? Okay. Oh, baby. Was that a strike? Keep that going and we'll have a nice Thanksgiving dinner. So yeah, like for whatever reason, people not only tolerated my emceeing but claimed to have loved it. I really don't know why. But what I did know is that I felt noticed. Afterwards, my math teacher told me I did a great job and that I should try stand-up. Seed planted. So yeah, obviously I came into college with a list of goals for my first year. I am valedictorian. And spring rolled around, and with it was the goal of finally trying stand-up comedy. I have to say, I don't know if I'd ever have found the courage to do it had it not been for my first boyfriend at the time, Rick. He was the first person to believe in me. He gave me wings. Here, I got you something. Is it Oreos? Yeah, but also this. Is this for stand-up? I don't know. Read the inside. Dear Madeleine, I hope you fill this book with laughs. You certainly filled my days with them. Love, Rick. You misspelled my name. I was going to end that scene by saying, okay, what's the deal with the Oreos? Is it possible that I hide behind my punchlines? That I don't have to address my feelings because instead I'm making people laugh? Rick made me feel talented and funny. He made me feel loved and confident. the year and a half I spent with him was the only time in my life I didn't feel alone. Please welcome to the stage, Madeleine Hamilton. Hey guys. So I'll just start with telling y'all a little about myself as according to the many personality tests I've taken online because I have no handle on who I am, and I think the internet knows me better than I know myself. So I took a narcissism quiz where the average actor gets a 19 out of 40, the average prisoner gets a 23 out of 40, and I got a 34 out of 40. Basically what I took away from this is that the quiz was wrong. Like, there's no way I was 6 whole points less than perfect. I mean, come on. Yeah, also I took a career test which said I should be a truck driver, which is like really motivating to your 9th grade, and basically why I'm up here now, just trying to avoid what I assume is the inevitable. Yeah, also I took the Pottermore quiz, and like I grew up thinking I was a Gryffindor, 100%, obviously I identified with Harry. I took the quiz, like I was a Slytherin, what? Also, like, I told my parents that, and they were like, yeah, we've been afraid of you our whole lives. Thanks, Mom, that's good to hear. Now I know I promised no punchlines, but come on, let's not dignify my first set by calling them jokes, okay? So I guess it's simple, but not noble. For some reason, I feel like I have things to say, and stand-up is how for 3 to 7 minutes at a time I can feel heard. I'm sorry. I wish there was a moral to this story. I wish it had a better message. I wish I was a martyr bearing my soul to the audience to get people to laugh and forget about the wider world for just a few minutes. And yeah, after 2.5 years, that's certainly become a motivation. Like, I remember I did stand up the night after Trump was elected and the day after the Vegas shooting. I was able to get these depressed morning people to laugh, and those were some of the proudest moments of my life. But still, I'm selfish. Recently, I've been telling a lot of jokes about guys and the bad dates I've been on. Yeah, they've been a real hit. There was this guy I really liked when I was abroad, and you know, in an effort to make myself feel better, on our last night together, I broached the subject of why it was good that I was leaving, you know, why we'd never last. Right, well, don't get me wrong, you're definitely the funniest and most mentally stimulating girl I've ever been with. And I don't want this to come off as shallow, but I need someone more feminine. You know, a girl who cares how she looks. I need someone with longer hair. But then, of course, I said, well, I can grow it out. No, never change. Okay. You just said no. Never change. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Then there was this time I was on a Bumble date in Scotland, and we make it back to my room and we start hooking up. You're gonna have to try a lot harder than that to get me hard. Are you challenging me? Is that a challenge? You don't understand. Last week I broke up with my year-long girlfriend, and when I do it, she runs into the distance. Oh my God. And, you know, she'd had some problems with suicide, so I get a little concerned to go flat to check on her and find her covered in her own blood and vomit. Oh my God. Yeah, so I call 999, rush her to the hospital, and the parents pick her up, and we haven't spoken since. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You don't understand. What else could there be? You see, she was also an American. She was also blonde, and her name was Madeleine. Oh, that's mine. Okay. This has been so nice. Thank you so much for that. Well, okay. See, they're great stories. Funny stories, largely because I didn't die. And I'm glad they get laughs. You know, being single is great for gathering crazy moments like that. Actually, when my ex was breaking up with me, he said, "Don't worry, you're gonna get so much more material being single." He was right. I've got stories for days. But, you know, recently, it feels like a lot of my life has been collecting material for my stand-up. And if you haven't noticed it, you get a lot more material when your life isn't going great. Telling these stories make me sad, but I tell them anyways because they get laughs. It's like the laughter somehow makes the pain, the sadness, and the loneliness feel a little more worth it. Why cry when you can tell a joke? But all I want is for someone to love me again. Cool, yeah, so I just got the light. So I'll leave y'all with this. My motivations may be messy, but the love is pure. I'm Madeleine Hamilton, and thank you for seeing me.